2, 1.
Good morning, people.
Good morning. Oh.
It is early in the morning. Okay.
Welcome back.
To snacking, yeah. Should we keep the snacks?
Yeah, we have our snacks. We have a bit of a mic situation.
Yeah, we're
here.
trying to figure it out. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Snacking Yaff again.
Yep.
This is our second episode / first vlog.
First vlog.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
It's Sunday morning and we're recording, and yeah, we're very happy to be here.
Yeah, we're very excited. We have some snacks here. So our goal for the episodes is that we will cook eventually all of our snacks. At least we're going to try cooking the ones for our guests.
We got a little lazy.
Today we got lazy and we picked up some
Pastel de nata.
and it's very nice. And we're going to be snacking this. I'm drinking a matcha. Adi's having a tea.
I'm having a English breakfast tea, which is my latest thing. I double bag it. You know what that means?
Yeah, that's intense.
That's crazy. You see, too bad.
Damn,
I don't know why, but it wires me. It gives me like, okay.
Caffeine hit.
English breakfast. Starting off strong. Guys.
So first and foremost, me and Adi want to thank everyone who watched our first episode. Let's talk about sex. From
Morgan Stanley to sex therapist, meet Poppy Meller.
She was fantastic.
Yeah, she was legendary. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Just thank you so much for sharing it. We hope you enjoyed it.
I think we have 400 views now. So 400 people, thank you. That was really nice.
Honestly, it was such an insightful session. We learned so much and we hope you guys did too. And in case you missed it, check out the link.
Yeah, we'll link it below. And also we touch a bit based on everything. We get into relationships, we get into infidelity.
Your kinks, your fetishes, your porn addiction, news, everything. So please go have a look at it. And if you like it, please share it with your friends.
Yeah, and we hope you learned something from it.
Yes. It felt like such a surreal experience to actually publish it.
Yeah.
After so much work, after so much time spent thinking around what it is that we want to do. And kind of the second it was live, I remember being like, okay.
Yeah, it was so exciting and it was crazy because it just took so long. We underestimated how long it would take for the uploading, for the video to be exported, for everything to run smoothly. And I remember I call Adi and it's at 98% on, I think, YouTube. And we're just like, oh my God, it's happening. The baby is coming. And it was great.
I like that we keep referring to it as like, we birthed our child out now.
It's our Shayla.
Our Shayla. It's true. I think we underestimated initially how challenging it can be to do a podcast. I always thought that you would just need an iPhone and a microphone. Arguably a microphone. I guess you can also do it without.
Some people were like, oh, you just need your earphones.
And a laptop. And so, yeah, we had some technical issues. But I'm so glad we did. I feel as if we learned so much from all the various challenges we had to face, whether that is sorting out the cameras or having our program crash.
Just figuring out even the right equipment. I mean, we're working with some Rode pod mics and we have a trackpad. We still are not 100% sure what a trackpad does.
And what it is.
Yes, but it's here, it's our baby, and we're making it work. Adi dealt with so much of the setup. It was a work in progress, but I think we are at a good point. We're just very excited that, people liked what we had to say and what Poppy had to say.
In fact, thank you so much, Poppy.
Love Poppy. We hope to have her back. And also, thank you again, Poppy, for your patience. If you're seeing this, she was just an angel. As we said, we were just trying to figure it out on the first day. And it was great. It was a lot of trial and error, but I hope everyone enjoyed it. Yeah.
Biggest legend out there. An incredible woman. And I highly recommend you guys go check her out if you're into sex therapy.
Absolutely. And I just think in general relationships, right? She had so much to say. It's just so cool to hear a person who has years of experience on her back and who truly knows what's going on and it's not just a friend speaking off the top of their head.
Yeah. It was so insightful and we learned so much. I mean, she's truly incredible. So guys, shout out to Poppy.
And this said, maybe we should clarify, Adi, is our podcast about sexual health?
Guys, it sadly isn't.
Yeah.
We do not have a sex podcast.
We kind of catfishy over there because
It worked.
we never said it was, but we never said it wasn't.
Yeah.
And so that's
No, guys, unfortunately, we do not have a sex podcast. Not yet. So going forward, we're looking to have 2 types of episodes. Both are normal interviews, which we're hoping to be releasing twice a month-ish, where we'll be interviewing incredibly interesting people. And then alongside that, we'll have these kinds of snippets of us, which are our vlogs, where we kind of, give you an opportunity to get to know us and do deep dives into topics that are close to our heart and we think you might resonate with.
Yeah, and that are relevant to us maybe that week, or if there's something we're going through and we're like, ooh, this is something we would like to discuss. Yeah, an opportunity for everybody to get to know us, for also us to try something new. I've never done a vlog in my entire... Yes, and we both grew up... I mean, in 2010s, vlogs were the shit, guys. Like, I know they're probably still very in now, but when I was a kid, I don't know.
Yeah.
I had Jenna Marbles.
Bro,
I remember
Jenna Marbles!
Yeah,
Oh
do you
my
remember
God.
Jenna Marbles?
There were so many. My Life as Eva. Do you know all the Americans that were like, save my life?
Because if you think about it now, the new generation would be like, what the fuck? That is so millennial, so quirky, whatever. And it's like, as kids, I was like,
oh yeah,
give me more. Jenna
See, it
Marbles.
was great. This is in fact kind of tapping into my 2014 YouTube fantasies.
Oh my God.
I always wanted to be a YouTuber. I always wanted to. I would go and daydream on walks, like, hi guys.
And you said you wanted to do it where you present also products.
Exactly,
And you go,
so-
this is the new Kylie Jenner palette.
So guys, this is the latest snack we're having today. It's a pastel de nata.
Pastel di nata.
It's beautiful. So yeah, this is our kind of vlog, and yeah, it's fun, guys. This is for funsies.
Exactly, and it's also an opportunity for our future potential guests to get to see who we are and also see why you should trust us. We just, we're kind of trying to promote the more, I don't know, I guess, more of the vulnerable and real aspects of being in your mid-20s and being curious and being unsure and wanting to figure things out and having friends and having the opportunity to figure things out together as well. But we thought also we probably should introduce ourselves. So I'm Allegra, I'm 25 years old, I live in London and I'm Italian. And yeah, I work in the creative industry. I work in film. I didn't always work in film. I didn't study, unfortunately, film. But I ended up in this industry about 2 years ago, and I absolutely love it. It's just fantastic. And yeah, so it feels like quite natural to do a podcast. I don't know, I'm used to being in front of the camera. In some ways, it never gets less nerve-wracking. But I'm also a screenwriter, and I hope eventually to be a director. So this is just a fun new thing to add to my repertoire. And I love speaking to people. I will never shut up. People know this. If I have the chance, I will talk you to sleep until you pass out into my arms, and then I'll keep talking.
I'll keep going.
Yeah, I'll keep going, and you'll wake up, and I'll still be
And
there.
I'm still there.
I'm still talking. But jokes aside, I love learning new things. I think I'm very curious, and so yeah, that's a little bit about who I am. And
Feels like, you know, when you're in a meeting and they're like, okay, so I'll pass the ball to Adina. Hi guys, for those of you who don't know me.
let's pass the snack to Adina. Go on.
And I'm gonna pass the snack to Adina. Thank you, Allegra. Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Adina. Oh my God, I go in autopilot mode. I'm like, I'm an analyst. I work in video.
That's perfect, bro. You're ready. You're ready for the interview.
I do this once a week. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Adina. I'm also Italian. I'm from Rome, just as Ale. We met a few years ago, actually in London.
Yeah.
Not in Rome, surprisingly, but we knew of each other.
We always knew about each other. That's true.
And I have a bit of a different career to what I'm doing right now. I have a corporate job, which I really like. I'm one of those people that actually really enjoys their job. I'm so incredibly grateful for my manager and everyone that I work with. I just think I got so lucky. I found the right opportunity and exactly what I wanted to do in the moment where I needed to do it. So I'm incredibly grateful for that. But just as Ale, and probably most of my close friends can agree, I speak a lot and I have a lot of opinions on a lot of things. And I think that's what brings us together, you know? We're constantly chit-chatting with everyone. A bar hates to see us coming with a bottle of wine.
They hate and they love us, bro. They know we're spending the money on that wine, but they know we're not leaving.
We're not leaving.
Yeah.
And yeah, so for me, as I was saying earlier, I always had this urge of like trying something new, trying something different. And I think that's what brings us together, you know? We're constantly chit-chatting with everyone. A bar hates to see us coming with a bottle of wine. They hate and they love us, bro. They know we're spending the money on that wine, but they know we're not leaving.
Yeah.
and getting outside of my corporate job, which again I love, but it really isn't a full depiction of who Adina is. This idea of the podcast, and it was a bit of a pinch me moment where we both aligned. Mm-hmm. And if anyone, I think we are the perfect dream team to do this. And so yeah, this is quite far away for me. I have actually never been in front of a camera, so I'm terrified sometimes, most times, but it's cool. And I'm very proud of us for actually doing this, and yeah, that's cool.
Also, she is bomb at making a spreadsheet.
Yeah, guys.
So if you need a spreadsheet done, we have your girl.
I will charge you for that, but yeah, call me. I'm the West London spreadsheet master.
You know it.
Which probably leads us to our next point. What's the goal for Snack and Yap?
What is the goal for Snack and Yap?
You go, girl.
Do you guys know?
Do you want to know?
We can tell you. The goal for Snack and Yap. We just want to hear people's stories. I think we meet so many cool people. And I know for sure I do because of the industry I'm in. It's usually, if people are in film, they usually do something else as well. And they're very passionate about film, but they have another job that keeps them alive or other interests. And therefore, I always end up meeting very cool people. And maybe I work with them one day, maybe I work with them a week or for longer. It depends. So, you know, Adi as well constantly meets so many cool, interesting people out there in the world. We wanted somewhere where we could basically collect everybody's stories that we found interesting and share them with the world. I mean, we meet someone and it's like, oh my God, I met this person.
Yeah.
And Adi's like, oh my God, I met this person. And then we say it. And it's always inspirational and interesting and kind of mind-boggling how many different pathways and experiences and lives you could live out there. And we wanted somewhere to collect that and to share experiences. And also because in life, there are moments where you feel uncertain and you feel lost, you're unsure. And the people who are successful, and success, what do we determine as success?
That's exactly, I think, one of the big points, especially in my industry. I feel as if success is always very much defined with like either climbing up the corporate ladder or having earned huge amounts of money.
Making the big bucks.
Exactly.
Your success.
Especially for people like us. We're very curious at heart. I think the whole point here is to switch the narrative around success and not just interview the person, like the CEO of this or that. It's more about interviewing people who feel accomplished in their own way and in their own bubble, which most times is so unique. And most times we don't even know that that specific career path is out there. Just as we started drafting up, like, our next interviewees, we're just thinking about, like, I don't know, unique people we know that do something different. And whether that is Poppy or, as you will see in our next episodes, other really cool people. We're like, how did they even get to that point?
Yeah.
And yeah, we hope it's inspiring.
And it's daring and different, and we wonder, but we might interview a CEO as well. We're not cutting anyone out, but it's about hearing their journeys, right? And their ups and downs.
So guys, if you have an interesting story and you have an interesting cookie, please send us a message.
Tell us, yeah. It is about hearing people's success stories or just their journeys, what's going on. We want to know not only about your CV and what you did and what degree you got and what was your previous career. We want to know how you felt, and we want to know how that journey felt. And was it nerve-wracking? And was it scary? Were there ups and downs? Was it absolutely terrifying at times? Was it exhilarating? Was it a walk in the park? We're interested in knowing that. We want to meet the person behind the mask, whether it's a corporate mask or a creative mask or what it is. And so Snack and Yap, we're hoping to get that out of you. And also we want to give you something in return. We want to hear your story, and we would like to bargain and exchange with a snack.
Oh, yeah.
And a cookie and a yap, exactly, a snack and a yap and a cookie and a tea and a coffee. And Adi makes a banging matcha. I got it right here. It's blueberry matcha.
It's a super matcha from Bird and Blend. If you know, you know.
It slaps.
It's so good.
So good.
So good. But yeah.
And our format is that when a guest comes, we want to make them a cookie.
Yeah, and we can chit-chat as if we are in your own living room with two girls friends, kind of having a very down-to-earth conversation, which is exactly what this podcast is about. Just having a cool conversation in front of a snack.
So, guys, Adina's going to read us something.
Okay, guys, I'm actually a terrible reader. I don't want to hear it.
That's not true.
I am, but it's okay. I think that before we both had the idea of the podcast in our heads, I remember reading this quote it was popular and viral on the internet for a hot second, so you might have heard it already. But I think this defines exactly the situation we want to try to avoid. And kind of, yeah, I think it described perfectly a moment I was in my life at some point. So this is from Sylvia Plath. The book is called The Bell Jar. No, I do not want to subscribe to Amazon, okay? And basically she goes on to say, I saw my life branching out before me like the green fig tree in the story. From the tip of every branch, like a fat purple fig, a wonderful future beckoned and winked. One fig was a husband and a happy home and children, and another fig was a famous poet, and another fig was a brilliant professor, and another fig was E.G., the amazing editor, and another fig was Europe and Asia and South America, and another fig was Constantine and Socrates and Attila, and a pack of other lovers with queer names and offbeat professions. And another fig was an Olympic lady crew champion, and beyond and above these figs were so many more figs I couldn't quite make out. I saw myself sitting at the crotch of the tree, starving to death, just because I couldn't make my mind up on which fig I would choose. I wanted each and every one of them, but choosing one meant losing all the rest. And as I sat there unable to decide, the figs began to wrinkle and go black, and one by one, they plopped down to the ground at my feet. Boom. The reason why I remember this quote, like, it's not even a quote, it's like a paragraph, but this quote just stuck in my head is like, oh wow, that is me. I was in a position in my life where, yes, I was pursuing my career and what everyone told me I should be doing because I'm good at it and I can be really good with numbers and analytical and it's a good pay and it's just what you're supposed to do. But that felt as if I was missing out and giving out so many different Adinas that I would have loved to be. Mm-hmm. And that is a position that terrified me. I remember being, just like stuck. And exactly this, I think, gave us also the energy to start off our podcast a little bit, in the sense that you can eat all the figs you want, okay? There isn't a finite number of versions of you that can only exist. I think you can be everything you want and more. Just do it. Just try it. What do you think?
Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar is obviously the passage Adi read is quite bleak in its final message, but I think we both agree that it just should be took as a cautionary tale. You know, don't leave yourself starving. I believe that choice overload is a very real phenomenon that we have also discussed with Poppy when it comes to dating, to work, to anything. It applies. It can be very intimidating to have a lot of options in front of you. And then, ironically, the other end of the spectrum, to have no options can be absolutely depressing and demoralizing as well. But the idea is, don't paralyze yourself, don't freak out. My mom always tells me this thing since I've been a kid, and anytime I'm anxious, she always says, there's always a way out. Mm-hmm. And that means there's just always a solution. It might not be the one you want, it might not be the best, but there's always a way out. And I think there's comfort in knowing that. And when it comes to this beautiful fig tree analogy, it's true. There are many versions of you. That's fantastic. Go for it. We don't believe that you have to stick to only one fig. You can try different figs. They're there. You just have to think of what you want to do, follow your heart, follow what feels right in the moment, or not more than your heart, maybe your gut, and try different things and don't let life pass by in front of you. Yeah. How many friends we hear that are unhappy with their job, that aren't feeling like they like what they're doing, and you say, oh, okay, you should change, and they go, no, it's too late now, it's too late. And this is people in their 20s, people in their 30s, and it's like, if anything, that's what we want you to learn, is there's not a moment where it's too late. Exactly.
I feel as if that's exactly also what me and you are doing, you know? Especially in my case, this is really not the linear career progression one would expect. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just like, fuck it. Just do it. Just try something new. Woo. Motivational. Yeah, I think me and Ali have a very special kind of friendship, where I realized that we're kind of each other's number one fans. And I feel as if every time we hang out, we leave the conversation after feeling so much more energized, because we both do this where we see the best in each other and we constantly remind ourselves, which is so unique. And I hope that everyone can have a friend like that in their life. I probably have less than a handful of them. And it's all about giving each other energy and motivating each other. There have been moments where I have been really miserable and moments where you were really low, and the only constant we have was this continuous showing each other the light and showing each other, look what you did and you nailed it, and look at what you can do, and there's so much for you out there. And it's a really unique friendship, and I'm incredibly grateful for it.
And every time we leave each other, we always feel like this feeling of, okay, life is good, life will be okay.
Waterfall.
No, but it's true. We do feel it feels like things will be fine, because they will be. Like, even if the worst possible case scenario happens, you'll get out of it. You'll get over it. It's fine. Life is very long. Just have fun. You only have one. And I know that some people might say, oh, this comes from a position of privilege or whatever, but I truly believe that, like, there's just so much to be grateful for. And I think it's important to have friends like this who remind you and help you recognize your own potential when you're struggling to see it. And, oh, you know what? Things are going to be okay. And the world's not ending. It's just a bad day. It's just a bad week. It's just a bad period. And obviously life can get in the way. Like, that's another thing. This isn't only for 20-year-olds who are lost in their journey.
Yeah.
We want this show to speak to many people, because you could be 30 and figuring out, you could be 60 figuring out, you could, so many things can happen. You can go through loss, you can go through a breakup, you can lose your job, you can lose your house. There can be many things that can happen that disrupt your life, and suddenly you're like, what am I doing? I'm so lost. And that does not stop. There's never going to be a day where we can assure you, or I think that I can assure myself that will not happen. So what we can do is we can all together try and learn tools and tips and tricks to get over those hiccups. So in the metaphorical seesaw of life, Adi and I always try to, if one's down, push the other up, and then I'll get on the seesaw and push you up and stuff. And we're hoping to strike the balance that we both are fine.
That's what friendship is about. Like, are you even friends if one is not struggling and the other one is kind of like pulling you up?
And we hope to give that to you. If you're feeling down, I hope you tune in. I hope you feel like the seesaw of life is bringing you up.
We hope that this will also shed light on really interesting conversations and just open up maybe new ideas for you. Maybe you had no idea that you were interested in being a sex therapist, or maybe you are an investment banker depressed going to work every day. Do not worry. There's so much you can do.
And you're not alone. That's the other thing we realized. Like, the way we kind of came about this show as well is just, we said, it was always me and Adi going, fuck, I feel terrible.
Like, no one can understand, blah, blah, blah. And actually, just when we were pitching our show to our friends, and I'll never forget this, we were in Rome, pitching a show to our friends, as you do during Christmas. They're like, so any resolutions? We're like, yeah.
Absolutely.
We're starting a podcast.
They're not ready, baby.
And that also held us accountable, because we got to a point where we told too many people.
But that was good, because exactly, we told so many people, and something was like, well, we can't fuck it up now. We have to do it.
And so we were just pitching the idea of the show to our friends, and I feel as if that was a great opportunity for people to get vulnerable and be like, yo, that is exactly what I feel. And like, I'm glad you guys are doing this.
Also, last thing is just, in general, we live in London. And London is a highly competitive,
it's a scary city.
Yeah, it's great. Like, it's fantastic. It has its ups and downs. I mean, catch me on a bad day, I will slag it.
There's a fucking hurricane outside as we speak.
Yeah, it's got its ups and downs. It's intense. It's not the easiest city to live in, but that's exactly why very often you can find yourself in a social situation, whether it's a social gathering or a dinner or a party or anywhere where there are people, and people are talking about their life, and suddenly you kind of have this really horrible, ugly green head talking to you and going, hi, well, your life is not as good as their life. Yeah. Look how successful these people are. Are you successful enough? Are you doing well?
Like, you're behind.
Exactly. You're late. What are you doing? Your age. Like, and you just realize, oh God, I am fucking everything up. And we're here to say, everyone gets that. Everyone gets that. It's not true. Someone's success does not determine your success. And I think one thing my boyfriend always says, which, shout out to my man.
Shout out to Pietro, we wish you were here.
Love you, baby. And one big thing that my boyfriend told me was, honey, the only person you're meant to compare yourself to is you. It's you from 2 months ago, you from a year ago, and oh my God, that really...
That is so good. Pietro, very fucking good.
No, because it's so true, bro.
But it's so easy to fall, especially you said it so well, like in London, but any major city. It's so easy, like I feel as if who has the bigger dick wins.
And also, there is the pressure to prove.
Yeah, of course. Like, you just have to go around your life. I don't know. It can become very overwhelming, and there have been plenty of moments over these past 7-8 years that I've lived in the city where I was like, oh, whoa, why is this person who is my age doing this? And why am I here on the internet doom scrolling since 3.5 hours? And I have no idea where I'm going, and I have no idea if this is the right job for me, and I have no idea where I'll live in a month. Do I have a visa? Do I have a flat? Do I have a family? Like, there's so much uncertainty that has stressed me out so much, so often. And now that we've grown and we have friends like each other that kind of support each other, we learned how to navigate the stress. We're kind of tapping into it now with our podcast. But yeah, we just want to make people know that they really are not alone in these situations, and that it's the most universal feeling ever. And we hope you guys can learn something out of this.
So that's it. We have now finished our snack. We have left some for you.
We hope you're hungry. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Yeah, it's so much fun, Z. Honestly, this is like my new hobby now.
Yeah.
I love playing around with the mics. And yeah, guys, if you're ever invited over to our flat in the next month or two, be prepared to be sat down on the sofa and tortured to an ASMR session.
Yeah, we want to, exactly, tune in. There's so many exciting things coming up. I think we're going to try TikTok. We're going to try being a bit more serious with YouTube and Instagram and everything. So there are things coming. Please have a little bit of patience. We might not be too organized with our delivery.
But it's normal. We're just girls. We're freestyling it. We're figuring it out. If there's anything you would like to kind of hear us deep dive in, please do let us know. Very open to constructive feedback.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you so much. We're super excited. This is really, I want to be honest here, this is scary as hell. It has been so scary at times for me doing this whole thing. Editing it, seeing it, realizing that, okay, it's going on. Yeah, you have to get over your fear of being perceived, which
100%.
is incredibly scary, especially for, like someone.
Yeah, for someone, forever.
Especially for someone.
Yeah, it's extremely scary for everyone when trying something new. And I, for example, for me, I suck at learning new things. I suck. I get very anxious. Honestly, I'm the worst sport. You know, when they're like, oh, he's a good sport. I'm not a good sport when it comes to learning something. I don't do new stuff. Mm-hmm. I love learning new stuff, but I really get very frustrated with myself, very angry if I don't get it right or if it's not good. And I get very anxious when someone sees my shortcomings and my failures. Mm-hmm. So this is a great opportunity to instead...
Yeah, for us as well. It's like rejection therapy.
It's true.
Right?
It is.
It's like a little bit of... I mean, not that we're getting rejected here, but you know what I mean? It's kind of doing something good for yourself. Like doing something which is hard for you. For the overarching goal of getting over that. Guys, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Hopefully. We'll see you next week. And yeah, stay tuned for our next episodes. It's always a delight to be hanging out.
It's always a delight, absolutely. And stay sexy, stay hungry,
and stay starving.
Starving.
See you next week.
Bye bye.
Mwah.
Dun, 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 dun.